Welcome back to the show. Two more races still to preview here on Tracktalk for the 34th meeting of the year, Sunday the 22nd of August. Let's take a look at the race card for the 10th. It's a Class 4 race over the mile here. King Louis up at the top. Can he get back in winning form? He's drawn wide though. The Wild Bunch, we're seeing him. TH Co also drawn wide. Further down to Real Effecto, I think could be interesting here. Strong and Best. Atlas, interesting runner in the race. Also further down to Don de la Vega and Gold Kingdom. And 4 EAs, as is now the norm. Right, let's start with King Louis, who, well, in a Crown G Mile internationally once got a rating as high as 105. He's now 67 rated, so you'd like to think he could win a Class 4. He's certainly good enough to.
He's run some great races in Class 4, Nick. He's started to get into a grade where he's really feeling his rhythm, and this is the first time we see him go up to 1,600 metres in this class. So he's obviously proven over the distance, and he's got nice group form as well. So he's definitely one to really consider, and geez, it's going to be good to see him return back to the winner's stall, isn't it? Never
won on Poly, but he's run well on it in defeat, King Louis. I mean, he really has been a good money spinner. I remember he was owned, wasn't he, by Steve Lavar, good friend of the show, obviously the man behind iRace. Some near misses in Group 1s. He really was unlucky in a few Group 1s, wasn't he? What a horse he's been. But hopefully he can bounce back. He's now owned by his trainer Ricardo Lagrange, or the King Louis stable, I should say. Looks as if it's just a new setup with the ownership there. The Wild Bunch, second in a recent trial.
Yeah, he's got a bit of ability, this horse, Nick, the son of Swiss Ace, and look, he didn't run very well behind Mr. Malik in that was the Group 2 mile, so it was Stewards Cup.
Stewards, yeah.
Correct. And yeah, look, he's got better form in this grade, so he's one you got to just keep an eye on, the Wild Bunch.
Here's Saba Star, who's been in good form recently, got the win. Though this is much tougher, 0 from 4 Class 4. He's won 3 over 7 furlongs in Class 5.
Yeah, it was a nice win beating Gigi Austin, and look, Harry Chasm takes over from Hakim Kamarudin here. It is up in grade. He might find it a little bit tough, Nick, but in saying that, you've got to respect these last start winners, even if they are in Class 5. They're moved up into points, and you know your winning form is good form.
He's had 4 runs in Class 4 grade, 11th, 9th, 12th and 8th, so he has struggled somewhat, and off a mark of 53 that could be the case again, but he does come into it in good form, and good winning form is good form. Strong and Best. Now this horse got me scratching my head a little bit, because he's up in trip. He's never really raced. Well, he's actually raced over the mile, which he was well beaten in, but he's back having another go.
Yeah, I think he's a very interesting runner. I've got him in a top 3 line. He was caught wide on this occasion and really hit the line well. So I know, like I said earlier in the show, Nick, I think that Lady Springbok form is going to hold up in weeks to come.
Bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all, actually, is it? Here's Atlas. I know this is a horse that you and I both fancy in the race. I just think he deserves to win one now.
He's been very honest this campaign, and look, Shane Birchiker's done a good job of him and placing him in the right races. He's just struggling to just sort of find the line first, and he meets a nice race here. He's obviously going to be a jump and go forward sort of horse. Doesn't have the best barrier, but look for him to be searing across as they cross the finish line for the first time, coming to that first turn.
And Blinker's going back on. That's him on the inside, working with 8 Ball. You see he's got the headgear on there. He's win on debut over Kamisanara, and when he beat Vulcan at the end of 2019, he wore blinkers on both of those occasions. So good polytrack form with blinkers, good polytrack form without blinkers, and winning form with blinkers.
And a nice lightweight too.
Yes.
Zaki in the saddle, 51.5. Yeah, I just hope he gets a nice cruisy run and doesn't have to do too much work early. If he drew a more inside barrier, probably 6 inwards, I'd be probably a lot more confident.
Do you think they might make the running with him?
I think they might. I just wonder from that outside barrier, the likes of him, Lucky and Peridot can go forward.
Yeah.
The Wild Bunch, he's raced forward, albeit over sprint distances, 1,200 to 1,400 metres, but I think they'll go forward.
Yes, Atlas, interesting. He could well go forward, couldn't he, there for Mohamed Zaki with the 51.5 kilos. Does look well placed, I think, to win a race, and maybe it is him that you side with in the penultimate. Both Scott and I have. And I think King Louis will do his best to chase him here. 10 to beat 1. Now 6 Real Effecto, just to mention him. He's racing recently, okay. I like him back to this trip because he's a course and distance winner when winning his restricted maiden back in March. And the Wild Bunch goes in as well. 10-1-6-3, but yeah, really hope Atlas can get another win. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nick. Good luck to Scott Bryce, the connections and the team. Atlas on top for me. He's been very honest in his last few runs. He's knocking on the door to win one. King Louis for second. He's going to be flashing. I'm hitting the line very strongly. Class 4, 600 metres really suits him. 9 strong and best. A very nice second last start behind that Lady Springbok form. Will run a nice race. Had unlucky reasons last start. And I put Summer Wind in for fourth. Just starting to see this horse get over a more appropriate journey to 1600 metres where raced really well in Australia. 10, 1, 9 and 7 for race 10.
Final race on the programme is over 1200 metres. Shepherd's Hymn returns to action over the sprint trip. Louis Beausoleil will ride. Silent Partners down in grade. He got recent winners Magnifique and Hadir in the contest. Vlad's riding in all his glory. Really good race this. Blue Marine and Royal Return, 2 newcomers. We've got plenty of past runs to show you, including Eagle Eye, who could have got to a nice sort of mark nowadays. Sun Rectitude's a last start winner. Sideguard's been in good form, and the Emergency's further down. Field of 14 will go to post for the last at 5 p.m. and we're going to start with Silent Partner, who is down in grade. He's run last time. He on paper he was 6th at a big price, but I think it was a decent run.
It was a really nice run. We know Songong Hero's got a lot of talent, and he's a class galloper in his own right, and he really made up a lot of ground coming from back in the field. So if he runs up to that in this, yeah, he's definitely one to be considered.
Here's Magnifique, who got the win last time, beat Yes One Ball. On-pace runner, Rosman Iskander. He won at big odds. I don't think it'll be the same price this time around. No,
I don't think so, Nick. You know, jumped and sort of went to the forward, but didn't really hold the lead and still had to do a fair bit of work to try and get back around him. So he's got form behind the likes of 8 Ball there in behind him. So if he runs good earlier in the day, that'll be a good push for Magnifique.
Hadir is also a winner last time out. He's up 6 points on his success over Sacred Judgment. That form's worked out well.
It has. Look, I really like this runner, Nick. I think he's a very, very interesting runner. And Geraldine Siao from an inside gate just rode them ragged, didn't she? And she can do it again here this weekend. Yeah. It was a top ride. Good judge of pace, and it was good to see. You know, she's experienced, but she's still inexperienced in an apprentice's sort of term. So I thought she rode him really well, and she gets a chance to do it again here.
Just having a look through his profile, I mean, up to a mark of 61. He has one off of 59, yep. So, I mean, he's interesting. He can make all as well. As you say, that ride that Geraldine gave him last time was very good. Sacred Judgment second as one since. Chargers run fourth. He could frank the form as well. So, yep, it's a decent little win, decent form line also. Now, Blue Marine is a newcomer to racing in Singapore. He's owned by the Al Rashid stable, Mark Walker, with this one. Formerly trained in Dubai. Did start life off in France, though, I believe. Yeah,
very interesting runner, and we've seen quite a few new ones grace the track, and there's another one we'll touch upon lately in this race, Nick. And he was a winner in Chantilly, this horse, Blue Marine, and has trialled in good order too, coming here for his Singapore campaign.
He has indeed, yes, a winner. For Andre Fabre, who I think he's been champion training there 30 times actually in France, then went to Dubai. Actually, was found to have issues on his last run in Dubai, I think. So, formerly with Ahmed bin Hamish there, but he's a newcomer who does go well fresh, but probably starts off over a trip a little bit shorter than ideal. Here's Eagle Eye, who I think has got to a really good mark now.
Yeah, you said during the week you quite fancied this one, Nick, and I didn't have him in my selections, but I definitely had a good look when you mentioned it. And look, it was a nice run behind Iron Champ. Iron Champ just ran him ragged in this race, didn't he? He just took off on the corner and didn't give much else a chance. So it wasn't a bad run.
Sun Rectitude has also been in very good form. In fact, this was Vlad Juric's last winner here at Kranji.
Yeah, Zaki takes over the reins this weekend. He's got a tricky barrier. He's drawn the car park here, so very interested to see what they do on this short course A. So the rail's back to the true position. He's got a lot of turf to work with this week.
He certainly has. It was a nice performance. There's his track work with Northern Sun, who I think can take the opener on the programme. So if you like both of these Sun horses, you can maybe look to double them up and bookend the card. Just going back to Eagle Eye, having a look through. Now, back in April 2019, he won a Class 2 off a mark of 79. He's now rated 55. He's come down a long, long way in the handicap, and that run last time was certainly much more eye-catching, wasn't it? So perhaps keep him on the right side. Royal Return is also a newcomer. What do we know about him?
Yeah, I was just about to make note of him, Nick, and he's a winner in Kenilworth when he was trained in the care of, I don't really know my South African trainers that well, but R. Sands, I believe, Richard Sands, I think it could be.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but obviously he's a winner in Kenilworth, and he comes here. It's good to see these winners from overseas starting to make their way here to Singapore. We need some new horses. We need the horse numbers to kick up, and it's good to see Lucky Stable, who have been a popular stable in years gone by. So it's good to see them bringing some bloodstock in, and also the likes of Al Rashid, who have been pretty dominant in the last few weeks with these new runners.
They certainly have. They've got a good strike rate, good rapport there with Mark Walker. The last 3 runners have all been winners, so that's almost excellent, really, isn't it? But I think Mark can win it with another runner in the race, and that is Silent Partner, who ran well last time. Down in grade, I think he's a big player in a race like this. I like the booking of Mark Lerner as well, and I've tipped him on top here in the last to get the win. He's won 2 from 7 in the grade. He's also a course and distance winner as well. In All His Glory, in for second, can go okay. Another horse who goes well fresh. Tim's left him off 78 days. Eagle Eye in for third, and I've thrown Hadir in for 4th place there. I've gone 2, 4, 12 and 5.
Hadir on top for me. Geraldine Seattle go back-to-back on this gelding. She rode him extremely well last start, and I think she can get a nice run here again. Shepherd's Him in for second. Look, he's a pretty handy galloper. I know it might be a touch short distance-wise, but he's got a lot of ability on his side, and I think he'll run extremely well fresh here this week. Third, Silent Partner, like Nick touched upon. He's got some nice form and comes into this looking very well. And number 6, Strong and Smart, in for 4th. Really liked his run last start, and he's a class galloper too, so he put together 2 nice wins. 5, 1, 2 and 6 for the last.
Yeah, Mark Walker, who's got this newcomer for Al Rashid in the last. He's got a 42.8% strike rate for him. 3 wins from 7 runs in the last 12 months. Specials and values. Now Al Rashid horses here, sadly. Race 9, number 2, Tiger Raw is my best bet. The value, race 3, number 8, Charger. I'll go again with him, having tipped him last time. I think he can run well.
Yeah, my best bet comes up in race 5, number 3. I'm with Everest from the Ricardo Lagrange stable. I'm looking forward to that race. It's going to be an absolute quality field. And my value comes in race 4, number 6, Sun Elizabeth. She's pretty dominant on the turf, but I think she can get the job done on the poly. She does have form on there before.
So special and values. What do the media men think? CrownGRacing.com, Larry Furley, he's going with Everest, joining Scott there, race 5, number 3. And Suresh, race 7, number 1, Limbs Lightning. Suresh, his best bet. They can follow all his tips at that Twitter handle, Suresh7807 on Twitter. Suresh, who posts his selections before every fixture, and he's a very good judge as well. Well, many good judges a couple of years ago would have seen a really smart horse grace the track here, go from, well, you would have seen much more of him, go from a relatively lowly level up to Group 1 winner. That was I'm Incredible. And interesting bit of news this week, actually, Scott, because we've seen it develop, and we've just obviously got a story on the website from Mike Lee. He's now gone and joined Priya Selvam, who is a former international show jumper out of Singapore here, and just fantastic to see this horse go from obviously Group 1 racehorse to, a second career show jumping. And we've got some lovely images we can actually show you with this. But I mean, you pick up the story, Scott, because you know him a lot better than us. Yeah,
look, he came to us with some ability after trialling really well. And I speak of us when I was with Shane Birchiger at the time, and he came to us with good trial form, and he started his career, he won a Cranji Stakes D and worked his way up to Group 1. He was a class galloper. He won a QE2 Cup, Nick, and he just really took the world by storm in 2019.
Yeah, that is Priya and Roshni, 2 sisters who are excellent horsewomen. They've now got the horse in their care. There he is. He looks absolutely tremendous. And the picture you saw with the young girl, that's Renaya. That's the daughter. I mean, what a lovely retirement for this horse.
Yeah, we must thank Shane Birchiger sent us through this video during the week of I'm Incredible, and he looks so well in the coat, doesn't he, Nick? He looks so healthy. He's a happy horse. He was always a lovely horse to deal with. He was so quiet. Race day, he got a little bit sweaty and worked up, but not too bad. But he was a pleasure to work with and to deal with, and I'm just happy that the connections of Desmond Ong and others were able to find a forever home for I'm Incredible, and we'll try and get out there one day and catch up with him and see how he's progressing in his life after racing.
Yeah, indeed. Just to quote the sisters, actually, Rosny and her sister couldn't believe how quiet he was. I'm Incredible has always been a very quiet horse, the perfect candidate for a second career in dressage. That actually from Shane Birchiger, so your former governor there, obviously just reiterating what you've said there, and part owner Desmond Ong, who we know very well. And well, sadly supports Liverpool, but less said about that the better.
It's not the worst thing. We've started good.
Have very kindly and lovingly rehomed him as well. So great to see. That came via the powers of social media as well. They saw the horse, I think, via a Facebook page or something. Yeah, which is
retired race horses, which in this day and age we see a lot now, don't we? People trying to, especially in Australia and New Zealand, it's very popular. So, a good story all round for everyone, and we'll keep you updated as his career progresses.
Yeah, indeed. Most importantly, the horse as well. Great to see him having a great time after racing. Well, Scott, many thanks for your company. Good card, this one coming up on Sunday. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. It's going to be a good day's racing, and we're starting to get into some pretty big racing.
We certainly are. Working towards the end of the year. Many thanks for your company here on Tracktalk. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hopefully we found a few winners for you as well, and hope you can join us on the coverage from 11:30 this Sunday morning coming up here at Crown G. From all the Tracktalk team, goodbye for now.